What were you known for in high/middle school? In middle school I was a guy that combed my hair before/after every class. I now have no hair. Perfect hair. But at what cost? He is now Johnny Sins. Starting a parody Twitter account of the principal. It was pretty cool hearing people reading my tweets in class and no one knowing it was me. Lol. Got exposed later though. Principal thought it was hilarious. A mate of mine made a meme page for our small country town school. 400 something students. Memes were good. Just light-hearted stuff until one of the teachers became a real asshole and borderline pervy. So my mate started making pedo memes about it. Some kid screenshotted the memes and sent them to the staff. Then we had about 2 weeks of teachers trying to figure out who it was until he finally got busted and was expelled. What happened to the teacher? He ever get fired? Drawing. If you draw half decent everyone will ask you design their stupid tattoo ideas or anime crushes for a few bucks. Easy money. Just get the price up. In 8th grade there is a page in the yearbook for certain things like most likely to become president or most likely to win an Olympic medal, and the two people that are voted for the most are pictured in the yearbook under that phrase. I got voted for best sneeze with another girl at my school, as we both have incredibly high-pitched sneezes. To this day people still bring it up, even years later. What kind of yearbook has a best sneeze category? I was the sticker kid. Had a briefcase of stickers. If you needed a special kind I had it. I even knew how to make them. Wow, that's cool. Being quiet, not school shooter type of quiet, just quiet. People started treating me like I was handicapped because I barely talked. Started acting out because of it. Actually, it just pisses me off that people would assume I'm lesser just because I have nothing to say. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt in the end. Abraham Lincoln. Absolutely nothing. Username checks out. There was a kid in the 10th grade that shit in the hallway between classes. Were you that kid? No, I confess. I'm the hallway shitter. I was the kid that could get into bars. My older brother was in a band, and I would go with him to help set up gear before a show. As a roadie, most bars let me hang outside stage to watch and then tear down at the end of the night. So I was the 15-year-old going to bars each weekend. My parents and even the teachers knew. But I wasn't drinking, so it wasn't a big deal. But the other kids though, it was nuts and always wanted me to sneak them in too. Sure. You just have to haul all this shit around before and after the gig. Apostrophe. And it was my brother. So I didn't mind it. I learned a lot. That's for sure. Well, I hit a guy in the face with a tennis racket in the middle of math class and almost got sent to the principal's office because of it. We ended up dating. And people got scared every time they saw me swinging my racket around. Edit. Because in getting asked this a lot. Our lockers didn't fit our tennis rackets, so we had to carry them around with us at school. We'll have to try this strategic move the next time I want to date someone. Being zoned out and drawing. Same. Middle school. Being that big city kid who has nothing in common with the local small town boys. High school. Being that small town boy who has nothing in common with the big city kids. My parents moved around for work, and I never fit in during school. Now I'm the other countryman who has nothing in common with the local people. For 3157th time. I'm not going to get your Doctor Who, Red Dwarf, Mrs. Brown, or Keeping Up Appearances references. Those shows mean nothing to me. I guess you're in the UK. Honestly, you're so lucky you don't understand Mrs. Brown references. I'm jealous. Mrs. Brown is awful. I tried watching it and just sat there stony-faced thinking, is this what passes for comedy these days? Last year I was a pencil guy. I always wore a coat with a ton of pencils in the inside pockets, and I kept them sharpened. Once I let someone count them cause they were curious, and it was around 200 I think. That's a big duck in pocket. Yeah, what else is in there? The entire universe. I was an NPC. We can't all be known. Hello fellow NPC. At least we aren't popular from embarrassing stories. I went back to visit my high school some years ago. My favorite teacher, with whom I took 3 upper level classes, didn't remember me in the slightest. Not a hint of recognition. I went to where they have the big posters with little photos of everyone who graduated in each year and found that I'm not on mine. I guess I didn't get grad photos and it's the photo company who does them. I was known for 2 things in high school. 1, I was the girl in the wheelchair. No one else in my school had a severe physical disability. 2, I was the girl who almost ran over the principal. Nice. In the 7th grade I came from a school on the other side of town so nobody knew me. I faked a British accent for a whole year. Then 8th grade started and I forgot I did that and just talked normal and everyone was very confused. Takes some dedication to fake an accent every day for a year. Me and the boys used to crack open a can of cold beans at lunch and chug our way through it. Why? Was this some sort of biological warfare being waged against some arsehole teacher? Nope, just a necessary part of being in Bean Clan. The odd one that always makes too many jokes / references. That's me. Do you do prequel memes too? I do. Being the quiet kid. Same. Me too. Sleeping through every single one of my classes. Update. Thanks everyone for the upvotes. Most I've ever had. No matter what life throws you, it's never too late to change your direction. Keep your heads up, you sleepy people. I didn't sleep. I would just be on my phone or tablet the whole class every class. And now that I think about it, getting a note almost every lesson for a few years. Being late. We live about 1 minute away from the local primary school and my daughter still managed to be 10 minutes late every day. She liked to sleep in. On her last day of primary school her teacher presented her with an alarm clock for high school. My ex-boyfriend and I broke up on a Monday and he started dating a frumpy freshman the very next day. They both tried rubbing it in my face lol, but I didn't care and took the high road. That Friday I had a bonfire with my friends to burn his shit he refused to take back. While I was burning the last bit of stuff one of my field hockey teammates called me and told me the frumpy freshman got ran over by a car while making out with my ex. Anyway, that's how I acquired the name Voodoo Queen. Ex also tried to get back with me numerous times after that, since his new girlfriend was wheelchair bound and he didn't wanna deal with it. He was and still is a piece of shit. Got ran over by a car while making out. Some aim on that driver. Yeah. Apparently the girl's sister was backing out of a parking spot and cut the wheel to sharp and dragged the girl under the tires while they were still embraced. It was such a mess. But all 3 of those bastards harassed me all week leading up to that night and even afterwards. In my opinion, they all got what karma they deserved. Painting the photography backdrop for the Italian dinner fundraiser. It was the highlight of the evening and I even got an offer from one of the guests to buy it for $1,000. Did you choose to sell it to the guest? I became known as a math god after I used math equations to draw the logo of the Desmus Online Graphing Calculator within the Desmus Online Graphing Calculator. That sounded impressive until I looked up the logo of the Desmus Online Graphing Calculator. It's literally just a sine wave and a parabola overlapping. Yeah, and the logo doesn't even have like coloring or anything trying to obscure the design to make it look cooler in any way. Feo, it is not a secret. They are functions you ought to have memorized by 9th grade. It amazes me what redditors will upvote. Being antisocial and overweight. That's me, though I'm only kinda antisocial, and it's mostly because I'm shy. That's why I only have a few friends. Publicly, the kid who skipped a ton of school. I had roughly 50% attendance grade 9, 11. Cumulatively. Privately, I have a feeling I was a suspected school shooter. Outwardly I fit the stereotype. Terrible hygiene, oblivious to social norms, immersion in Shan culture, heavy drug use, thin as a rail. Was looking for someone else who skipped school. Surprised it was so far down. I didn't skip 50% because I would have been expelled, Christian schools. But I skipped as much as I could. I had bad anxiety and just hated school in general. So happy I'm done with school. Being the weird one. In middle school there was a rumor going around that I stalked a girl. She was a friend of mine. Keyword being was, since she was the one that started the rumor. Which was bullshit by the way. So that was fun and definitely didn't make my already low self-esteem that much worse. Or cause any social anxiety in me/s. In high school I was known for a few things. I was the big white kid with crazy hair. I did a lot of the school plays. I was friends with a few popular kids, and thus I was second-hand popular. Not popular enough to be invited to parties or anything, but enough that more people knew who I was than I knew who they were. Dude, that's me. So many people know me, and I have no idea who they are. Like I go into a club and people are like, yo, what's up, blank, and I just hoe along with it. This one girl googled me cause she thought I was famous. I wish I was. I was also known as the running guy who ran everywhere. Everywhere I was going, I was running. Run Forrest run. The rocker. The guy with the hair who played guitar. Pushing the wheelchair guy down the stairs. Did he fall like the cat, or did he fall differently? He didn't fall. He rolled. Being the really smart one. I was just a little better than average. I don't know how it got spread around, but it did. That was me. Not me, but there was a kid in the 8th grade that was known for beating up a mentally retarded kid. The guy who jerked off on the sink. WUT. He said he jerked off on a sink. I played Universe Sandbox, and I told my friend I just became God. Hence my nickname is God. P.S. My science club once had a seminar at another HS. We went there along with other science clubs from other HSs. There was a mini game. We won and they reward us with peanuts bought from supermarket. After the seminar we went to the basketball court and former girls to praise me and my peanut on the middle of the court circle. God, is that you? Selling gum. And being a mix of a jock/nerd and teaching a yoga class as a joke. I misread that as selling guns. Brul mayo. I made a cringy YouTube video and I never heard the end of it until I pitched a stop sign at a kid. That was something I was able to laugh with instead of be laughed at for though. The quiet, nice smart person and a target for bullying. Ouch. Same mate. Had a fast loud car and always dressed up for every event/sporting game we went to. Everyone knew who I was and my sisters constantly got the K666 Buser is your brother? You guys are so lucky. They were not lucky. I was an idiot. Lol. What do you drive? Him in high school and love seeing people in Corvettes and Challengers/Chargers. Mainly because they typically aren't great drivers. 1985 Camaro. Graduated in 2011. Lots of burnouts and donuts. I essentially worked in H's to put money into that thing. I still have the car actually. Only thing is now it's under the knife for a 1000 HP Turbo LS. Power glide and Ford 9 feet rear end. Looking to run 8s in the quarter and still be able to cruise it on the streets here and there. Oh, that's one of the twins. No one ever remembered our names. The can't get along with anyone quiet kind of kid that likes weird shit. One of my friend is like this. I am the only one with whom he talks about his stuff and things. Being the best at mathematics and the student that never skips a day of school. That's also kinda like me, though I think the only reason I'm good at math is because I had a very firm of basic arithmetics at a young age. Did and do have a sharp as hell tongue. I was kinda known as the kid who spat fire. I used to be able to rap decently too. Now I can rap for shit. Dragon. Having my older cousin steal my girlfriend. I got her back and then dumped her. Then told everyone he gave her herpes. Edit. Some additional details. Her and I lost our virginity to each other a few months before she dumped me for him. I was good friends with his girlfriend and Monday morning at school she told me that they had broken up Sunday night. And oddly enough my girlfriend and I had also broken up for Sunday night. And we saw them holding hands at lunch that day after they dated for a month and she realized that he was a complete dick. She was back with me. but I was hesitant to have a physical relationship with her because I didn't trust her. She insisted they never did anything physical, but after a couple weeks she came to me freaking out because he had given her herpes. So yeah, maybe a dick move on my part by telling everyone. But I was a pissed off 15-year-old, and I felt it was the right move at the time for her breaking my trust on multiple levels and to get back at my cousin. King. Mix of the smart one who gets asked for help on homework, tests literally anything, also zoning out, and drawing, also the super happy one though I'm actually depressed. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.